I'm still watching my son, and he's not fully fallen to sleep yet. So give me just Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. My son's crying. He hasn't. Hey, sorry. So my son's going down for a nap. So I might be on and off until my wife gets out of the shower. I say down for a nap. He's going down for bed. Right. So this is something I've been working on. This is the Tiny Terrors aviary row, full of small predatory bird species. These guys don't have props in it yet, but I want to finish up this general area. Oh yeah, this is new too. Our bathroom. Oh, that reminds me. Toilet sets. Why is that not loading? But how's it going, Masonry Man? Having a good time? Gotcha. Tell you one thing. Tri-State is going to have both men and women changing stalls in both the men and women bathroom, because that has been something that has been annoying the heck out of me in a bunch of bathrooms we've been going to. That they will have changing stations in the women's bathroom, but not in the men's. So if we're stopping in a place and my wife doesn't feel like changing the baby, sometimes she has to because there's no changing station in the men's bathroom. This has been my TED Talk. We need changing stations in men and women bathroom. Hey, Monkey's Tavern. Have respect for the dads. Oh, shoot. Is it really? Well, that's cool. That means if Shadow Clutch comes in today, it'll be 12 months that he's been subbed to me. Because we were talking about it when he desubbed last time, and it was 11 months, which is crazy. Nice. I don't get an alert when you do it, it seems. Interesting. But I get my second paycheck with Twitch at the... Maybe that's why? That seems weird, but thanks for the 12 months. So yeah, this is something, this still needs some work. I'm probably going to put some vines over that, but this is our bathroom building for our squirrels. I've done a whole lot more foliage work. I should do this in explore mode. So I used to be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But here's our groundhogs. Unfortunately, they cannot use those tunnels. My favorite enclosure that I've done. There's two, really. This one's probably my third. My biggest regret is that it really should be smaller. Cougars don't ever get this much space in zoos, so I would probably shrink this by like, if not half, maybe more. Could have saved myself some pain. But I do like this enclosure quite a bit. And now, I do have the zoo's armory in here. And now it has an actual functional backstage area. But the zoo armory was something that a zookeeper told me that having bears and mountain lions would be required. So that's number 3, I think. At least this is number 2. The black bear habitat. Particularly this view. This view is just my favorite. still need to do some gardening on the outside of this enclosure. And then this might be my number one now. Is the bald eagle enclosure. I really like this one. Just this whole area is really fun, and if you haven't watched the whole tour video, you should. This is my least favorite enclosure just because of the way that it is. I was gonna add the... we just got plain zebra in the ZSU, but... Thank you. Ooh, let me show you what I have been working on. So I've got a few things I've been working on off camera. So just getting the foliage in these areas just finished. So as you transition from like the denser forest to more this pine savanna, you get to see some more arid plants. And of course the turkeys and deer and crane are out here. So still some forest. But then you've also got this historic covered bridge, which I added. I think y'all saw me... I think Monkey's Tavern, you saw me starting this on Wednesday. So I've been working on that. I don't think I need a fence. I might put the log area around here. I really like this groundhog habitat. This also kind of acts as a transitional habitat where it's like forest edge is on the background and then it starts getting into the savanna. And then you'd be able to pop your head into one of these to get a closer look, theoretically. But I do like this bathroom. We're going to try and work on the interior there today. But then a lot of my off-camera work has been getting this these small aviaries finished. So I've got a video idea of why we're getting Eurasian beavers and reticulated giraffes, because it seems like a weird pick, honestly, to go from, oh yeah, we have this species and then we're going to change the species we have. Oh, and I finished sort of gardening these areas. Starting to get... Need to add more trees here because I don't want you to see much of that. Just little peaks. No. It could be. They're not native, so but they are around, I think. I think there are invasive ring-necked pheasants. I also like this area. Just 3 very simple habitats for species. But I think the biggest thing for us to do is let's work on the interior here. So we'll just make a simple terrarium here. No, they're very cool birds. I've never seen one in the wild. I'm actually not sure that they are found down here. But we may. Sorry, I'm babysitting or dog sitting my sister-in-law's dog, and we don't get along. I think Cincinnati. I really, really liked Cincinnati. North Carolina is up there, though. It's number 2, I think. I was really impressed with it. My friend actually just went to Cincinnati Zoo today, and we were talking about it, and it is now his favorite. It's just very... I like zoos that are botanical gardens in addition to being zoos. It's so refreshing to see, like, American bison in a 13-acre habitat. Like, it is a very cool zoo. Having, like... Yeah, it's probably my number 1 as well. Well, I don't know. The Desert Dome was super cool. We've got a zoo that's like an hour away from me that has them. It has both. It has elk, white-tailed deer, and bison in the same enclosure, and swans. Yeah, the Desert Dome. I haven't paid too much attention to it. I know one of the opening games was held in my state. I like soccer, but I'm not. I don't like watch it generally. I don't really watch sports for the most part at all, but just whenever like friends are doing it and that's what they want to do. But soccer is my sport of choice. So but I have been enjoying the post about Europeans just exploring America. That's been entertaining. So I think I've locked myself into recreating my local zoo now. That's sort of something I want to do now. So we're gonna get really, really, like, annoyingly detailed with it. I mean, the desert dome would be fun. Oh, and I did get to see the red wolf, which made the trip for me, because I've just... Also, cool thing, that Montgomery Zoo that's south of me, they just got red wolves, and they got them from the North Carolina Zoo and Akron. They're a ZAA zoo, not a AZA, but they're pretty good. They've got a few enclosures that I'm like, it's not great. Like, their clouded leopard habitat isn't super impressive. Well, I'm hoping my zoo will... they're talking about renovating their orangutan enclosure, which is sorely, sorely needed. But haven't gotten any hard confirmation on it, but I've talked to a few people, and oh shoot, I didn't grab the glass panel. Oh yeah, we have a question of the day, so y'all can... Probably best not to have... Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah, I made this a tougher one. Probably any European would know the answer. Well, what masonry? It's going good, Jess. It's going good. Gray squirrel. Jess, do you want to answer the question of the day? It should be in the chat. I'll give y'all some hints, or some cool facts about them. Oh, I didn't include the chipmunks in there, but I don't think anyone was going to guess that chipmunks were the most aggressive. So some fun facts about all of them. The groundhog's going to be the largest, followed by the fox squirrel, followed by the gray squirrel, red squirrel, and then flying squirrel, with the smallest. Well, eastern chipmunk, technically the smallest, but of that list. Give it another couple of seconds before I reveal. But yeah, it's gray squirrel. Gray squirrels are by far the most dominant, even though they are outsized by fox squirrels. Oh, y'all ready for terrarium creator 2026. This is going to be so much easier in Planet Zoo 2. Do we get some faux rocks in here? Where we got? I know where we can get some good faux rocks. Oop, through the trees. And random rotation. Hey, Lucas plays. How goes it? So I think we're gonna hear more Planet Zoo news in the next 3 weeks. So, or I guess in 2 weeks, because this week is gonna be Jurassic World Evolution 3. Well, I guess it has been. That adds what? These are NDP's faux rock set. This is, but these are base game here. This is the exhibit pack, I think. Jeez. So tiny. Oh, shoot. No. That's gonna peek through the glass, isn't it? Okay. Yes, that is. So now I need something that's smaller than that. Okay, see you later, Masonry Man. Thanks for tuning in. Perfect. Biome, continent, or theme? You should do a Midwestern style zoo with like a big Asian section. Hmm. There's not a chance that one of these would fit in a terrarium, right? Cool. I think I'm gonna do a recreation of the Birmingham Zoo. I know I'm going to do a recreation of the Birmingham Zoo. That technically doesn't matter because that's going to get covered up. And I might be doing an African zoo as well. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to have bandwidth to do that. The answer is probably not, but if things are a lot significantly easier to build in Planet Zoo 2, I might be able to swing it. Hello, Red Rush Dollar Store. Let's get this going. Let's see, what plant are we gonna put in here? I really want to try and breeze through these as quickly as possible because I don't want to spend a ton of time working on insect terrariums. Insects and arthropods, I guess I should say. Bearded dragons would be a cool species to have. It does kind of feel like more of a DLC species than a base game. Golly, the eastern towhees are going crazy outside. Nice. I have a 5-line skink and brown anole, and then a Herman's tortoise. Green link spider. Honestly, I can just grab... Nah, never mind. Bearded dragons are one that I kind of consider a little basic for me. I always want some more interesting species, I guess. So of course I went for 2 very pretty normal species, but oh well. Two of the most native of native species. Branch. I do like beardies though. They are cool. This guy's probably gonna be... That's not really what I want. So that's not really what they look like, but it's not that far off. Yeah, it's not that far off. Ugh, I hate giant centipedes. Alright, I hate centipedes. They're the one animal I can't really get behind. I don't think they have the green link spider. Yeah, none of those really look like it. Oh yeah, that'll yeah, no. I've got some of these in the terrarium that I'm building right now. Mulch. Nice. But yeah, I have hundreds of mods installed total, but those are the ones. I mean, this is from the Appalachian Flora pack, the violets. Um, that's gonna poke out the back, isn't it? Yep. Interesting. Usually it's the scenery mods that are more difficult or like crap, more unstable. That one's gonna be pretty simple. Just get a rock in there. Eastern Lubber. We're making pretty good progress. We've only got a couple more. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Mulch. I have not. I've gone fishing, but I have not done hunting. Never really been too interested in it. I don't. I enjoy shooting and I enjoy archery, but um, fishing is more my thing. Mm. This is gonna look sick when all. Yeah, I would agree. I'm a way better shot with a rifle than I am with a bow. That's for sure. When we did like shooting and scouts, the instructor was like an NRA slash Olympics trainer, I think was his. And he said I could, if I um, wanted to, I could maybe get into shooting as like a sport, but I'm also very weird in that I am left eye dominant, right-handed. Like I cannot um close my left eye just on a whim. So I would either have to shoot left-handed or just deal with the suckiness that is not um not being able to fully line up a shot in a correct way. But this is probably not the most YouTube safe conversation in the world, but you know, it's fine. Mm. Ooh, these are gonna be cool when they're all finished. It's so funny, like the bear range maps in Alabama are so wrong because there's definitely places where they say that there are no bears that I've seen bear sign. Um, but you know, oh well. Like I have seen bear scat in areas where they say there's no black bears. Jeez, that's some tinnitus right there. Let's see. I'm really liking these terrariums. Ooh, I should show off one of the other things I did off camera. I've fully cleaned up a lot of the interior in the Rivers and Lakes building, so it looks a lot nicer now. Still got a few areas to work on, but we've got our snapping turtle and other terrariums here. This still needs work because this needs to be lighted up. Lit up. There's still time. And then we've got our North American river otter habitat here, which I'm trying to figure out if I want what I want this to be. But then I can't wait till we get this feature in Planet Zoo 2. Oh wait. You're supposed to look at this at night. It's like this looked way cooler in my... So this is still very much work in progress on the lighting. That's right. So yeah, now we're down here. This is where you can see the river otters. Then you've got a picture into their den here. And if you come up here, you can get a nice look into their land area. Yes, please. And then this still needs probably some lighting, but our prehistoric predators tank. And then we need to light this up, but this is the... And we need to cordon off this area for the Appalachiosaurus. But anyways, I think the actual dinosaur this is supposed to be is Alioramus, but they're very similar. Small tyrannosaurs, or medium-sized tyrannosaurs. We were in here. Well, like the local science museum has them, so near me. It's not a super high budget place, so I imagine like one fossil wouldn't be too crazy. We might have some we might also add few like ammonite fossils, because those are just dirt common. And then maybe some shark teeth, because those are also dirt common. Because we live in what used to be like the edge of the sea during the Cretaceous. So you get all kinds of aquatic fossils, but also like Appalachiosaurus more further north. Deinosuchus. What else? Can't think of what other. We are trucking along, knocking out these terrariums. Because we want to finish this aquarium area. Right, guys? Or not aquarium area. Though that too, if we can. Yeah, $25 is outrageous. So once we finish the interior here, what we'll probably do is foliage out this area, maybe foliage out this area, and then I want to try and get this area completely done. And just have a completed area of basically this section of the zoo. So that will be completed. Then we'll probably move and finish this area. Then we'll move on to try and finish this. Then this. This is already finished except for foliage along the back. So we'll want to get some foliage tying these two areas together. Foliage there. We got a big building here to go. Big building here to go. Big building here to go. And that is what we have left for this zoo. So, let's get cracking, as the kids say. Because we gotta renovate the home invader's house. Because it is no longer up to snuff. Unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. It's to be expected. It was the first thing we were doing in this zoo. First time ever playing around with mods. But I have a way cooler plan for it now. So, very excited for what we can do with it. But we are going to finish this zoo before... Yes. Yes. That was one of the first exhibits we did. They were right here. And honestly, I think I'm still pretty happy with this small little shit. Yeah. It was. But honestly, I think this one kind of holds up. It's cute. Can't believe I've been able to knock so many of these, so many of these terrariums out just real quickly. I think I'm getting a little bit better. Man, that sucks. Wish we had one of those, but oh well. Let's see, can we... Throw rocks in here. Turn off align to surface. Because there's not going to be as much ground cover in these guys. Let's grab some branches. But the greatest thing about doing a recreation of my local zoo in Planet Zoo 2 is that it's got a pretty good bird collection. Not a great fish collection at all, so that's going to be something we're probably going to not get into a ton is aquariums. But aquariums do seem to be the most limiting feature right now. So I'm not too torn up if we don't focus on aquariums right off the bat and see what we can get in. But if we can get a largemouth bass and alligator snapping turtle, those would be two species that would be great for my local zoo because those are the two. Those are, and then lionfish would also be. So we've got one invasive lionfish tank, and then a larger outdoor aquarium for the alligator snapping turtle, green sunfish, and largemouth bass. Hope y'all don't mind the kind of tedious nature of this. It's just the same thing over and over again. Slightly different, but gets us one step closer to being finished with an area. And I had this whole area ready, finish, and then a corrupted save file had to mess it all up. They had a really cool design here where like things are built into trees and stuff, but that was a lot of work, so I'm not doing it again. And I actually kind of like this more classic setting. I really do like simple terrariums every now and then. They've got a certain charm to them. we're making really good progress on these terrariums. I feel like it's going to slow down when we get to like um the saltwater aquariums. We also still got to do our Everglades house, though that one's partially finished. And then we've got an invasive slash abandoned pet uh, area that we've been working on. So we've got this. Still needs some refinement. The only other part of that is we want the reptile house. Okay, come on. We've got just a couple more terrariums to finish up. Just realizing we're missing a few. Maybe we'll do a central one, or maybe we'll have one over here. I don't know. I think we're just missing one, and that's the tiger beetle. Maybe we'll add that to another house, because I do still want creepy crawlies in Mimon's house, which we also need to finish. Jeez. Which we're probably also going to simplify a good bit. Because I've started not liking that building too much. But it's going to have black widows, brown recluses, the like. Alright. Get that guy in there. I think there's also June beetles. No, I think we were taking these guys. Sinking them into the ground a bit. this one we're going to have the mulch be as thick as possible because otherwise you will lose these guys in the terrarium. You probably still will, but I want to give a chance for people to see them. I think I can forgive that one a little bit. We might. That's fine. Okay. Hope everyone's having a ton of fun with just watching me build enclosure after enclosure after enclosure. Only 3 left. These tiny little guys. All right. All right, let's see. Temple. All right, let's keep moving on. That's no rest. Only a few more of these guys to go. Then I can have peace. From this, at least, it's going to go into limestone placer simulator after that. But, you know, it is what it is. You can't out of the frying pan and into the fryer or something like that. Yeah, that's going to be one of my big questions because, in case you couldn't tell, I like to build realistically sized terrariums. Um, and guess who? What we can't really do in Plain and Zoo 1 is build realistically sized terrariums. Yeah, it does, which means either we're going to get a lot of pieces related to exhibits, or we could actually be getting like different types of exhibits, which would be really cool. I'd love to be able to make like these are some exhibits we've got in this area. I'd love to have more customization, but then let me show off. Also, welcome to the stream, Techno Lich. Um, then we've got terrariums like these, which are a little bit more realistic for like the pet trade, because these are actually scaled correctly. Go to my workshop, Greyhammer, on Steam if you want to download the blueprints to these. It's like I'd like to make terrariums like this, and then the other terrariums that another terrariums type I'd like to create. One I'm really proud of. I'd love to be able to create something like this with like a round terrarium. I think that would be really cool. Oh, lords and ladies plants. That's the other plant that's really small. Tons and tons of spotlights. The curse of not having really good lighting in the game. Where are we? Yes, over here. I get lost in the zoo sometimes. I think that's good for there. Last one, southern two-striped walking stick. So yeah, I'm very hopeful that we'll get some really good terrarium features, but they really have been holding that tight to their chest, which kind of makes me think that they are going to... Oh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. I don't know what would cause that. Or modular terrariums. But no, I'm expecting more medium, small stuff like that. That seems more likely. But you never know. Go back into danger. Yeah, that would be super annoying. Plus, the game depending on how much stuff you've got in the zoo, it can take a long time to reload. So, Technolich, have you been on the stream before? I'm trying to remember. Your name looks familiar. I feel like if anything, it's going to be touch tanks are going to be a free update. Okay, well, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. That name looked familiar, but again, thanks for tuning in. We will... If you want a brief tour, I can give you one. But it's going to be very brief because the zoo is getting... Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. That makes sense then. There. Well, glad that reaches people sometimes, because I always feel like those kind of... I always feel scummy for posting links in other people's discords, even if that's a discord that I'm a moderator in and it's encouraged to show your builds and stuff like that. I just always... I feel like I'm clout chasing. Me too. If I finish this zoo, it will be the first zoo I'll have ever finished. This is really taking me off. Why does it not look like it's... Okay, let's do this way, because that seems to be the least annoying way to do it. Actually, why am I trying to make it more complicated than it needs to be? Yeah. I know, I know. No, we don't have small pieces. That's right, that's not a meter. And I mean, ZSH, ZSH, however you want to say it, if you're British or English. I mean, we know each other. At least he knows me enough to trust me to be a mod. So it's not like I'm just going into a random Discord and dropping a link. Yeah, it Monkey's Tavern, are you still here to ban that person in Twitch? If not, I shall do it. And unfortunately, there's going to be a whole lot of sign. I gotta do custom signs for all these guys, but I think they'll be easier to do. With thanks. Sweet. The vector images should be pretty easy to do for insects. Oh, you're all good. It was not long. Trying to line this all up. That looks pretty good. Let's see if we can finish up. Oh yeah, super useful. Are you on console or are you on PC like a normal person? There's so many people on console that I'm like, how do you do that? It's just painful to me. Nice. Yeah, it's a great. There's a few like scale replica stuff, but I like it because it feels more Planet Zoo than like some of the other ones. Yeah, I mean, I tried to do it on my dad's Xbox and about had an aneurysm. So, what are you most excited for in Planet Zoo 2, Lich? And everyone, what's everyone's favorite? What's everyone's favorite feature that they're excited to see? Gotcha. I need a. Ooh. I was gonna go for animals next. I'm mainly talking about features right now. Secretary Bird. I have reptiletism. Though I do love a good bird. The golden eagle. I love secretary birds. My local zoo has one, and he's awesome to watch. So since I'll be recreating my local zoo anyway, for my first Planet Zoo 2 project, um, having Secretary Bird in the base game is going to be super helpful. So we might do the bird section of my zoo as one of the first things. The cool thing, my local zoo is the inspiration behind ZSH Plays Alpine Mountain Zoo entrance. And Caesar creates, I think, entry plaza for. Oh, that's unfortunate. What used to be your local zoo, if you don't mind me asking? I feel like that's a pretty safe question. What used to be your local zoo? Los Angeles? Ugh. That's crazy. Ah. Oh, cool. What did you study, if you don't mind me asking? Yes, yeah. If you want to, I'm also on Twitch. Um, at Greyhammer1. Um, I know the stream delay is wild on YouTube, but it's a little bit better on Twitch from what I understand. It's not useless. I've got Got friends who are computer science majors who have great jobs in computer science. I think uh, their jobs probably aren't, their position isn't probably as open in like California because he works for like an oil company. But yeah, you're a fake engineer. Gotcha. That's at least what we called you. But at my school, they weren't even considered engineers at all. So like it was a science degree, not an engineering degree. Though getting what, your master's? Ah, did you get your master's then if you went to grad school, or did you get your PhD in computer science? Also, if you want to work for NASA again, I'm pretty sure um, someplace in Huntsville, Alabama, has a lot of NASA stuff. I had a friend. I gotcha. Yeah, I was biomedical engineering, but my position now doesn't really require an engineering degree. I mainly write reports. I'm a specialist for a pharmaceutical company, so it's somewhat related, but only vaguely. Oh, cool. Nice. Any specific focus? Um, I'm gonna guess birds, but and if you live in, it sounds like you live in California, so California condors? Question mark. Computer science could be a useful degree for that. For logging information slash um ah, gotcha. Yeah, I feel like computer science would kind of fit in with that. Yeah, that is tough. Yeah, any specific I don't really know if this even really happens in when you're going for naturals, but any specific focus?
and I kind of mm, oh, gotcha. Dirt engineer. Sorry, you're picking all the majors that I've been um training all my life on how to make fun of. So my dad's an architect, and mm, that is nice. I'm suburban slash rural. It's in a faster growing city, but still was considered rural for the purposes of like not scholarships, but special loans to try and against rural development loans where they incentivize you to buy a house because so that you help the city grow. Yeah, I mean you're not wrong. But I'm about 5 minutes away from the local state park, which is cool. Mm. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm about 5 minutes away from the local state park, about half an hour away from the zoo, and then an hour away from another zoo. So, pretty happy with where I'm at. Oh, unfortunate. What you said GIS? What does that stand for? I guess I can. Oh, Geographic Information System. Okay, cool. So, do you have? I assume you have like a idea for uh what you want your zoo to be focused around, or that you're working on finishing. AKA, have you started it or still working on that part? Hmm. Gotcha. You can do it. Believe in you. Oh, no problem. We'll be streaming for another hour and 15 or so. Let's just get this all aligned. And I can't really do much about, like, I'm kind of done, I think, with this building. I guess just lighting and then finishing off some renovations in there. That provides almost no light. Same with that. I don't want to just do spotlights. That's something I'm not doing again. Does look nice in the dark. We need to put a door in here and some stairs there. Good thing is I've got a door that I like. bad thing is figuring out how to grab it. Okay, we only need enough pieces to make it like well defined. Then I can rebuild it. Let's see. Nope, this. There we go. Trying to get the most realistic scaled stairs that we can. And these limestone slabs actually work pretty perfectly for stair pieces. Now we're just going to try and fake it so that it looks kind of like they're the same size, and then we're going to make this limestone piece. Okay. Then we got to get a handrail in here. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Let me make sure it's not me. Nope, I've got a good connection. That always scares me. Alright, time to figure out how we're getting a banister in here. So really need to figure out, this doesn't really pop the door. doesn't really. That's a little bit better, maybe. Yeah. Alright, so we're probably going to use the stained tropical wood. We'll do. Oh, gotcha. Hmm. I've got one, but that's just to provide an Ethernet connection over here, away from the. Away from the modem. Oh, perfect. Hmm. Never had them. Never had kimchi either. Pickled stuff isn't really my thing. See, can grab this. Hmm. Take your word for it. All right, we're going to use our same style of fence that we have been. Which is our laurel style fence. Interesting. Interesting. I haven't been to Trader Joe's in a while. We go to Sam's Club just 'cause it's cheaper. You get a whole bunch of stuff. Trader Joe's is for those hipsters who oh, I love how this fence looks, but it is a pain to kind of create. Yep. Just kind of how it goes. It's like, man, this looks really great, but also I hate that I have to do this over and over and over again. The bracket. The goat of pieces. It's a little too thick. Oh, come on. Turn that off. Bring that forward. I know, handrail's the most exciting part. Of the Planet Zoo experience. Lighter will probably chew me out on them being inaccurate anyway, but sail. I imagine that's in the Oceania DLC. Let me see. Oceanian canoe sail. Yeah, Oceanian canoe sail. Oh yeah, they've got an outrigger canoe. Ooh, I rather like this. Hmm, I didn't know about that. Some of these pieces might be nice too. Much of this stuff is flicked color. Oof. I've used these a lot. I need to use the Oceania pieces more, because stuff like this could be useful. That's a little too big. I've used... Yeah, I've probably used this. This I could maybe use. This I use all the time. This is my most used Oceania pack. If that and the netting. Forgot they've got nice rope as well. Yeah, that could be nice as well. Yeah, I haven't really looked through a lot of these pieces. I just see a lot of very themed pieces and immediately go, oh, that's not super useful. But not necessarily. If I want to make some Native American displays, which I think I do, some of that stuff can be useful. Mm. Alright, perfect. Now, comes the not so fun part, is we need to design a sign. So let's do that over here. I've used the Balboa font a good bit. Ugh. That's way too matter of fact. We want something fun. That font's way too big. Oh, it's also too big. I kind of like this one. That's just too. It's huge. A little too stylized. can't use this font for everything. It's too big. Way too big, right? If I put this next to our building, yeah, that's going to take up probably half of this just to say the name of the building. Unless we don't mind. Also, give me a company name that sponsored this exhibit. Just something random. Somebody in the chat. Or a family name. Fake. So, like, it could be, like, a specific family, maybe. Like, just an exhibit sponsor. Bluetronics. Interesting. What if we did Eclipse? Eclipse. Not heating and air, but like a lighting company. Eclipse Electronics or something like that. Eclipse. Something to do with lighting. Eclipse Electrics. That's too small. This font here is too small. Oh, maybe we can go for one of the in-game fonts. / modded fonts. So let's see if I can no, Eclipse. Got it spelled out right there for me. This might be too big. Man, scaling would be so nice. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It's too big. So we need something smaller than that. Font. There's our tried and true mini font. But I'm kind of tired of that one. It's a little too small. Let's see. So that one, the size would work. Ooh, this actually kind of fits the fact that it's an electronics company that's sponsoring the exhibit. Yeah. Clips. Is there an abbreviation for electronics? Oh, no, you're good. Eclipse. We'll change these to be a color that makes sense. Eclipse Electronics presents not electronics, electric. 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 Let's see. Eclipse Electric. We'll do the rest of those letters in a second. Uh, now, should there probably be a the squirrelry? Maybe. get that. Kind of want to get these a little bit further out, maybe. And then actually might make this be black. And then this be that color. And then we just grab this. We bring the color here. Boom. Boom. Now let's move it into place. Thanks y'all for helping me basically write some lore for the zoo. Trying to make this more readable. It is what it is. You you get the big name, and then the other name you kind of get as you come around. He's a, I think he's still in the Twitch. He may not be watching on YouTube, but now we just need to put some ivy in some areas just to make it look a little less bland. I want to add it to the group, but let's see. Let's get this going. Alright, Lucas, what's your most anticipated feature in Planet Zoo 2? And what's your most anticipated animal? For animal, for me, I think it's gonna be the golden eagle. Yeah, he was... Yes, I did have drainage pipes, like gutters on this one. Before I had a corrupted save, I will probably add them again. It was a bit of a pain. Rescaling's gonna be good. I think lighting for me, though we haven't really gotten a full confirmation that lighting is gonna be improved by, like, to where we can make night houses. But I think it's... So I talked about how I kind of got a video idea. So I have a theory. Now, this is only a theory, so only take it as such. Is I'm wondering if we're getting some kind of odd species picks. Like, okay, so the Maasai giraffe is not an uncommon zoo animal. It is mostly common in North America zoos as opposed to European zoos. But it's not super rare, but it seems like, why would you not go for the reticulated giraffe? They're both endangered, so seems a slightly weird pick. I'm guessing that they might do it to where we can get those animals in free updates. Because there's not a huge difference between them. I've been meaning to get a video put together on what's with the weird animal picks, but just haven't gotten around to it yet. If I do a wishlist video, it's gonna be entirely based off of what species are most common in zoos. Which is probably not what most people are wishing for. I know Leaf has said that he thinks that it might be a... Nice. I haven't yet, but that's because I'm in a competition right now, and I think the reward might be a PZ2. So I want to see if I win that one first. I should have been building for that tonight, is what I should have been doing. I have streamed part of it so far, and it's mostly done, I think. I'm just not sure it's competition ready. All right. Thank you. This is one of the first buildings. That's something I'm trying to get better at. I'm also trying to get better at. I feel like a lot of my habitats are too lush. I feel like most zoo habitats are not like crazy planted for the most part. So like this was my experience, my kind of experimenting to do a slightly less planted one. Yeah. Like you can have, I've seen some pretty lush like primate habitats. But a groundhog is definitely going to eat a lot of it. But then I also looked and there were quite a few lush groundhog habitats. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting, because I was seeing one that looked like it was from, like, a roadside zoo. And it was pretty overgrown. Which was interesting, because I was like, groundhogs I feel like are an animal that would tear up the ground. I feel like our regular squirrels, we can go a little bit more crazy with the planting. And then these ones I did pretty bare. But this is a fisher, so it's not going to eat plants. Our bobcat's not going to eat plants. This one I went pretty lush. But also, deer are more browsers, so they would eat this stuff. I think, and if they were well fed, and then this is a really tough grass species, so I don't think they would eat that. So let me give a little quick tour. Probably will end. Yeah. Also, I should post a link to my Discord if y'all want to join. Yeah, with like the elephant grass. Yeah, and this is the link to my Discord if you want to join. But I'm going to do a quick little tour of the entrance. Gosh, this entrance needs to be redone. I'm going to do a quick little tour. Probably will take the rest of the stream, but let me look at that Discord. Yeah, penguins don't have a ton of plants in their enclosures from my experience. To be fair, my experience is all from Antarctic penguins. So yeah, this is your main highway. It used to be Main Street, but so a lot of the buildings are historic. We got this is all going to be covered up eventually. But you've got your shipping and receiving area over here and some quarantine aviaries to the side. You could bring your car in here, but you need a ticket to pay at the window. But you could also park out here if there's any parking. You can buy tickets here. Turnstiles. We've got a little gift shop here. You can tell we need some planting in this area. But here's another parking lot. And man, I wish I had worked more on some things. We'll go here because it's pretty short. But we've got like a bird. like a garden here. This needs tons of work. And you can see blueprint hell over there. But then we've got our visitor center over here, which probably needs some work as well. It's kind of looking old. I don't know what we're on here. I think they were interesting. So we've got a few snake terrariums that some of them need to be redone. Looks like all of them need to be redone. This is, again, one of the older sections that I didn't put as much work into, but the road will come along here. You gotta love a corn snake. And so this is kind of our invasive slash surrendered pets. So here we've got our ocelot. So I think he might be boxed up. But they can, remarkably, use this habitat really well. Yeah, it's boxed up. Use this habitat pretty well. And then if you move along, and these buildings need a whole lot of TLC, but we move over here. We've got the kinkajou, the sloth, the golden lion tamarins, and the agoutis. Then eventually you'll move on to the reptile, invasive slash surrendered pets reptiles. But let's get back to the main road. So this is kind of like a side road you would take. But if we run... Yes, please. I mean, we already know it's golden lion tamarin. So this is the home invader's house. This is going to be the next big renovation in the zoo. Because I'm not quite happy with it. And I tore up a lot of this stuff trying to find pieces that were breaking the game. But we've got our raccoons. We've got our red fox. I've got really cool ideas for those guys. We've got our spotted skunks. Our 9-banded armadillos. Our Virginia opossums. I'll see about it. I don't think they're requestable, but I'll have to check. And then we've got rats here. I like this enclosure. I think I'm going to, now that I know I'm not dealing with, I'm not having to deal with, I was originally putting Leaf's mod in here, but it was too small for it. So I'm probably going to shrink down their enclosure width-wise. Yeah, this is the first building I made, so it's not great. We will go to the forest edge first, which is the kind of least finished sections, and then we'll get to the more finished section. Oops. We've got bobwhite quail in here. Then as we come down here, we've got the American badger. His name's Batman. This will need a lot of reworking, but we're gonna have a bunch of spiders over here. This is gonna be a folk Victorian style home, but I want to do a lot of work in other areas. But we've got a butterfly garden here. I guess we can go along down here, because we have the Prairie Conservation Cabin along with our event center. Ooh, this needs a lot of work. Ah, Gotcha. So we've got our burrowing owls and there's supposed to be gopher tortoises in here. I don't know where they're at. Maybe I never added them. Oops. Then if you go up in here, you've got the eastern indigo snake. But yeah, a lot of work to be done here. Oh, there is actually a... I do like the snake terrarium in here. Yeah, I like this one. It's not as good as some of my other stuff, but it was one of my first good terrariums. Ugh. So past to the badgers, we've got our guinea hogs, then our American standard donkey. This needs planting, but we're starting to get... Oh, thank you. I really like it. This is called Mima's house. That's what we're calling it. So this is where the planting really starts stepping up. Ooh, we need a build for the barn owl as well. Because the barn owl is supposed to go in here. But we've got Jacob sheep in here. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting African pygmy goats in here as well. I really like this building. And then we've got our Florida Cracker horses. So heritage breed. There's also supposed to be Florida Cracker cattle in there, but I haven't added them in yet. If we go up here, we'll quickly go this way. So this is our deer, sandhill crane, and eastern turkey. And we've got this historic covered bridge. This takes us to the Tri-State Trek, which needs a ton of work on it. But if we come in here, this would be a cichlid tank. And then you would drive through here. So we're just going to walk it. We've got Nile Leshway, Eland, Impala. We also have Anokole, Watusi cattle. We have plains zebras. Those just haven't been added yet. And Texas Longhorn cattle. And European fallow deer. Yeah, tri-state. And we're eventually going to get giraffes, but this is ZSU, so we have to actually... No, it's a great one. I do love it. And because this habitat is so large, it can be pretty well planted. I know we've got kudu in here as well. I need to add the fallow deer. We've got like a herd of 15 fallow deer that I need to add into here. But I'm also not adding any animals right now until I'm showing off an area because the game's lagging a lot now. The zoo is kind of big at this point. They're probably all in their shelter. Oh, here's all the impala. And there's a kudu. So then you would come back. La-de-do-do-do. Out here, back to the covered bridge. We've seen all this. we haven't really seen the squirrel raid. This is our North American porcupines in here. The idea also is that pretty much every species in here is native. Yeah, there's our North American porcupines. I got to see those for the first time at the North Carolina Zoo. We've got the fishers in here. Fisher. And then bobcat, but oh well. Y'all saw the groundhog earlier. This is the eastern gray squirrel over here. Somewhere. Yeah, there's 3 eastern gray squirrels there, but we also have the fox squirrel over here. Again, somewhere. One of them's boxed up, but we have a pair. If we go up on this boardwalk, there's nothing we're missing over there? I don't think so. So we've seen the interior. So this will be for loggerhead shrike. Merlin will go in here. Sharp-spined hawk. We've got our eastern screech owls, blue jays. Then we've got our chipmunk over here. You'll have already seen the terrariums, but we've got the flying squirrels over here, and the red squirrels in here. Sorry, I'm trying to rush through this tour a little bit, but this will be the last thing we're doing. I just want to show you off the zoo where it stands. It also gives me a good thing to be like, okay, what still needs work? So I think we're going to go this way. Gets us to our feral pig habitat. Which this is how you can get kind of well planted, is if you have like an area that is sort of cordoned off to where they can't get there. And these are supposed to be civilian conservation corps cabins that got converted into habitat. And then this is the herp house. Oh. The sign is a fun little nod as well. Is it a venomous snake or is it not? Red on yellow, kill a fellow. Yeah, so red on yellow means kill a fellow, so that is a venomous snake on the sign. But we've got the herp house where we've got all these different. We got lizards on the main inside and then snakes on the outside wall. Oh, and then we've got one snake here. I need to do his sign. So. Oh, darn. Basically just trying to give you an idea of what snakes we've got in here. These guys are some of my favorites. As what our coach whips. And then we've got the venomous hall, where we've got all the native snakes. All the native venomous snakes of the region. And so these are the new signs that I need to update for everything, but I just haven't had an opportunity to yet. So then when we go through here, this still needs some planting. But this is the end of the trek. This is tri-state trek, so we're kind of back to converging. We won't really go that way, but beavers are in here. We've got a group of 4. we'll real quickly run to the Appalachian Conservation Cabin before going into the lakes, rivers and lakes aquarium. So this is the Southeast Wildlife Alliance funded this. We've got our striped skunks in here. And then red wolves are in here. We'll have to do a backstage tour of this area because this area has the best backstage stuff. We've got brook trout in here. Then we've got carrion beetles, a bog turtle, and we're supposed to get an Allegheny wood rat for that area. So let's see if we can see the red wolves from this little cabin. And the idea, oh, yep, there's one of the red wolves. So this is meant primarily for red wolf conservation because they're a critically endangered species that's native to the Southeast. And then here's some more into the habitat. And then we've got coyotes over here. And then this is about how red wolves are, their main threats are road crossing areas. We've got a little ant nest there. Then got another view at the coyotes. Before we move to the next habitat, as part of the Appalachian Conservation Cabin, we will go through the aquarium. We're going to make it real quick because I am over time. I need to make the signs for these, but it's like snapping turtle, musk turtle, amphiuma. Then we've got sturgeon, catfish, and bigmouth buffalo. Our North American river otters, who have a walk-through tunnel down here. It's definitely not glitchy at all. Our prehistoric predators, where we have prehistoric fish over here that still live, and then the actual prehistoric dinosaur over there. Then this is the riffle, which is gonna have goldfinch above. Then we've got like some crayfish over in here, and then like a cascading creek down here. And then this is just talking about Alabama's biodiversity. Back down here. And then we enter the game fish / game bird section. So we've got, this is the divers and waders tank. Golden egg aquariums, divers, and waders. So we've got the hooded merganser. We've got other ducks, but they don't have mods. And there's our heron. This one I'm very proud of, this habitat. And then we've just got a bunch of tanks representing the different rivers and creeks of Alabama. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really... And then we've got the major rivers on the outside, so like the Tennessee, Black Warrior River. Mobile River. There's an eel in the Conecuh River. Chocoloco Creek. Paint Rock River. Coastal Plain. Chattahoochee, and the Coosa. But then, we still need to work on this exit. But this is the exit to the Baldwin family wetlands, so named by Manly Muppet himself. And so we've got our cattle egrets. Then we've got mallards and wood ducks. There's little blue herons in here, but that still needs to be recolored. Oh, so sorry. Oh, no. Well, wait. Um, Let me go to Twitch, and that should tell me when the ad break is over, because I do want him to be able to see this. Stream manager. Ad break. No, you're good. Are you are you out of ads now? While we wait for that, let's just. He doesn't have to see this. But yeah, there's our little blue heron. Sorry about that. It should be a minute. I need to fix that because it's supposed to be a minute and a half. But so yeah, this is the Baldwin family wetlands, which we need to make a sign for. So we enter boardwalk here, and this is going to get us to. We got two branches, the wetlands walk and the treetop trails. We will go the wetlands walk for now because the treetop trails will actually get us to where we're trying to go. So this is much more of a nature walk with some habitats in between. We're just going to try and zip along because I am supposed to end the stream at 10. So we're late on that. But I do have a whole video of touring this section if you want to see it in more detail on YouTube. But we've got great blue herons, great egrets, red-shouldered hawks, barred owls. Then we've got a bald eagle exhibit down here, which is probably my favorite of all of them. It's in a donut shape. You can go check. Yes. You can see in the video that I did on the tour why it's in a donut shape. Then we've got our whooping cranes over here. And canebrake cones. And then that's just the safari, so we'll go back up the boardwalk. Run to the treetop trails, which you'll also like. It's a bunch of native birds of prey. So first off, we've got our northern harriers over here. And then across from them, we have the American crows. And then we go this way. You've got the red-bellied woodpecker, which exhibit is not completed. I do too. Not as much as I love ravens, but speaking of, this is for the black vulture and the common raven. Oh, the red-bellied woodpecker. They have a little red spot right there, so it's a red belly. No, vultures are really cool. I hope we get some. The black vulture and the crows or ravens in here. Oh, there it is, actually. Oh, that's cool. So our region covers Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. They only get into northern Georgia. So I don't have them around me. Oh, cool. Red-tailed hawks there. We've got a long-eared owl over here. And then the golden eagle, which is boxed up there. That's cool. Yeah, which we're at the foot. I need to move this tree. A little in the way. We've got a great horned owl in here. Somewhere. And then we'll take this path. This will eventually lead up to here, which we have our muskrats. We're almost done with this tour. So our muskrats would be in here. And then we're back to the Appalachian Conservation Cabin where we've got black bear. Across the way we've got a turkey vulture. Another view into the black bear habitat. And then we're entering what's called the vernal pools. But we've got an American kestrel in there. So the vernal pools, which we need to build a better sign than that. We so need American black bear and PZ2. This is in ZSU, so in ZSU you get your species from events and from other players. And so this is where the rarities of Tri-State Zoo are. So we've got the spotted turtle, which is pretty commonly held, but I love spotted turtles. We've got our cougar, which is also a very common species. But we don't have the Georgia. I think we are the only holder of the reticulated flatwood salamander and one of two for the frosted flatwoods, one of two for the Red Hills salamander. We've got striped newts, Gulf Coast toads. We don't have much of these guys, but we've got the long-tailed salamander. We don't have a lot of these guys, but marbled salamander, tiger salamander, red salamander, green salamander, gray tree frog, wood frog, red-backed salamander, spotted salamander, and hellbenders. But that is the zoo in its entirety. It's not that big, right? Ah, that will do it. That will do it. But that is going to have to be it for today. Let me see if there's anyone I can raid. Anyone in the same... Anyone I'm following? Same, anyone in the same category? One other Planet Zoo streamer. Alright. Let's give him a raid. Looks like